Welcome, Aquarius. Sun, moon, rising, whatever you're here for, relating to an Aquarius. Please note that this is a general reading, so it might not fit your situation. If it doesn't, there's plenty of other readers out there. I love so many of them. There's just so many good ones out there to choose from. So get out there on the YouTubes and show some love to the other readers. Find the messages that are meant for you. This is not meant to be taken as literal life advice, so you are responsible for your own decisions, your own actions, and your own health. So make sure you use a professional when you need to. But yeah, if you like this reading, like it and subscribe. I have already blessed and shuffled, so let's dive in. I love Aquarius. Air sign. I am a Libra, so I'm also an air sign. But I love Aquariuses. Okay. Whoa. 3 things at once right out the gates. I should probably turn the light on here a little bit. Let's see. Boop. Boop. Look at that. Okay. So this one was on top, this death card, right? This is, yeah. Worldwide, baby. And I'm not saying everybody's dying. That's not what I'm saying. The death card is just like some things are, the towers are falling, right? I'm surprised it's not the tower card, but this is just, I think it's because it has to do with a more global consciousness, collective consciousness death, right? But in Aquarius, you're so heady, you're tapped in. Two air signs are all about thought, right? Mental things, and I just feel like you guys are so tapped in. You're very aware of this, and also there's probably things in your life that are maybe there's things happening in your life that are causing, they're falling away. Maybe it's old habits, maybe it's some things that you had worked towards, and they're just not panning out. But what I'm sensing is that you're probably going to, regardless of the circumstances, you're going to alchemize it into your strengths. You're going to find a way to come out on top financially, and help others with that. And that's a really good energy to have towards making money, that you're not just going to harbor it all to yourself. You're going to have some to spare. But try not to be too greedy. I mean, here you are, and here's these people, and yes, people are responsible for their own lessons, but like, you got to look around at the circumstances and be like, yo, people are going through so much right now, so be aware of what can you do to help. If you have enough to spare or enough to give, how can you give it in a way that's in alignment with love and integrity? Don't just go donating to any old organization. Like, research it first, find out who's really benefiting from it, where's the money ending up. So, and if you don't like it, if you can't find anything, maybe it's time for you to start something more philanthropic. Maybe you have a vision, and it's time for you to act on that. People need you right now. People need people right now. Good people. So that's cool. That feels awesome. Followed with the Queen of Pentacles. For some people, this is definitely about partnership. Union. Maybe you and your honey, male or female, whatever's going on, doesn't matter. Maybe you're working on something together. Maybe, yeah, I'm sensing it's just like you're kind of I feel like this is like reinforcing the energy that I was speaking on before, that like you have enough to give, like maybe you need to go soften a little bit and be like, how can I give this pentacle to others? You know, I have so much to give. Like, this is a really special pentacle I have. I don't want to just give it to anyone and have it have a negative effect on the kingdom around me. I want to make sure that who I'm giving this pentacle to is bringing peace and love and justice to the community around me. And this is very much about being in that receptive energy as well. If you're not here, if you haven't reached this energy of having enough to give and to start those philanthropic things, this is about embodying that energy and saying, you know, and even vision boarding, like, I am this philanthropist, you know, I live this philanthropist lifestyle, and I do it from a place of love, and it's in alignment with best for all. And you can see how it's interesting. These cards came out together in another reading too. But in these cards, you have these horns right here, and here, and then here. So these people have kind of mastered their shadow, their limiting beliefs, their limiting habits, and they were diligent, they were organized, and they were about that money, their money on their mind on their money, prosperity, and how to share it. So do some vision boarding about what it is that you'd like to see the kingdom around you be like. Focus on that as much as you can. I know there's a lot of this around, so we are going to have to rebuild. So who's going to be the ones to rise up and rebuild? Is it the people that built these broken structures before? Or are you going to step up and be the ones to make the new kingdom? Because this just ain't cutting it. Look at this. It's just not enough. You know, we want everybody to be here. So what can we build that can make this an easier possibility for people to achieve a sanctuary? Maybe that's what's in your mind, is building a sanctuary. That's definitely in the collective consciousness. I think we might see some of that happening moving forward. Kind of this, I don't know, Robin Hood's coming to mind. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, a lot of worry. You're worried. It's okay. It's normal. Try not to stay there, though. I think that's why I was drawn to tell you guys about vision boarding. Because if you focus too much on this, you're going to get more of it, right? And I know that you're feeling maybe like a little off balance. I actually just really started to sense a headache, too. So, and look at this. Like, there's like the headache vibe. Please make sure you're hydrating. Please maybe even get your water tested. You need good water sources. But detoxing our minds is really, really important. So yeah, I'm hearing so much about vision boarding, like really embodying this new energy that you want to bring in. It will help get you out of this energy, right? And if maybe there's something that you actually need to look at, maybe you've been through something recently, there's something about the circumstances that you need to examine for a moment and learn what you need to learn from it. And that'll help you move forward. We don't want to just push everything under the rug, right? So even though you may be feeling a little off balance, especially as you move towards this new vision board future, it's not all going to be, you're not going to feel like a pro maybe at times. There's going to be times where you kind of feel like this weirdo wearing this giant hat and a little off balance, but like, you got to keep the faith and work your magic, become the master of your own mind, because your ships are coming in. And you got to believe in that too. You got to believe in these ships coming in, that they are on their way to you. They can show up at any time. And the more that it's, I'm hearing, if you build it, they will come, right? Like, even if you don't have the money for something, maybe you have the most genius plan, right? And maybe if you just put it down on paper, put it together, and work out some of the details, someone with the money will show up, like, maybe. But there's that Knight of Cups in there. This is kind of what's throwing me off, and I'm looking back at the other cards like, okay, wait, what is going on? And I think it's because I'm reading for not just one person here. So Knight of Cups is usually about, he's the romantic, he's the gestures of romance, right? Maybe even someone coming and saying, like, I love you, or you saying I love you to someone else. It could be a new relationship happening. Maybe even some of you recently went through a divorce. Maybe you had this kingdom, and now there's a separation happening, and so you're kind of having to penny pinch a little bit with the Six of Pentacles, and you're worried about your money and all this stuff, like, but love is still a possibility. And I'm hearing move towards love, and I'm not saying go be with someone. I'm just saying move towards allowing love into your life, allow the healing to happen. There's new horizons on the way. And so if you're in the other group who's already with a partner, you're building this philanthropic vision, I'm here, just put as much love into it as you possibly can, and that will carry you forward. And I mean, this guy doesn't even have a weapon to protect himself. Love is what protects him. I mean, even in Harry Potter, Voldemort tries to kill Harry, but his mother's love is what was protecting him. And in this case, the mother's love is that Mother Earth. The love of humanity. Like, just fill your cup with that. Do it for the earth. Do it for humanity, and you won't need any of these swords. You won't need to fight anyone. It will protect you. So let's see what else comes out. Yeah, some communication about something. It might be that lover. It might be you telling someone how you feel. Please don't go back to any toxic relationships, unless it's about closure. But yeah, this could even just be really good news about, this could be like, hey, we saw your amazing plan for this philanthropic or whatever it is, adventure, adventure too, but venture, like, I'd really like to back you up on this. And sometimes this has to do with travel too, which is kind of a weird thing right now, but a lot of people are still doing it. Some sort of message, I'm sensing so much. This is either someone coming and speaking to you about how they feel about you, that Knight of Cups, that could definitely be it, or it's just someone who's like really passionate about the same things that you are, and they want to work with you. Maybe they live somewhere else in the world. But I always love this card. It's great. I always think of just really good news. It's exciting. Whatever that is. And it's full of potential. There's a lot of passion there. So, and there's a lot that can be made with those. Yeah, and there's been a lot of lessons learned. You know, if you're on the breakup side of things, healing from that, like it's definitely even if that's not the case, like there's still, because of this loss, this death that is occurring around us, we're all having to spiritually quest right now. This is coming up in almost all of my readings. It's this big spiritual quest of, like, I thought I was building towards this vision, but then these things happened, and now I'm having to think about my choices and which way I'm going to move forward, and I might have to leave everything behind that I've built. And you're going to learn what it is that you need to learn, and have that cup of love be what guides you. 'Cause you're so strong, you're so capable, so freaking smart. I love you guys. Little geniuses. Sometimes to the point of, God, you guys are kind of ridiculous sometimes with your attitude. It's almost like you're like the Leo of the air signs. But I do love you guys. So, let's see if anything else. Whoa, that is way too many. That's like 20 cards. Alright. Okay. You got the whole world. There's all these options, right? This is your world. It's everyone else's too, but like, you are a creator here in this mix. You've got it all. You gotta use all that knowledge that you have, all that vision, all that insight, and really build this world that you want to see. Especially if you're on that philanthropic tip, whoever that's for. So, and at the bottom of the deck, we have, this is coming up a lot too. The Seven of the Swords. Seven of Swords. What? Seven of the Swords. Ooh, I dropped it in behind the Emperor. That was cool. Ooh, this is fun. This got juicy real quick right there. Okay. So, Seven of Swords. It's kind of a sneaky vibe. So, I'm not a big fan of it when it comes up, but, you know, lessons come in the many ways that they come, and sometimes this is about not, people having sneaky behaviors, is, to put it simply. This is sneaky behaviors, and sneaky behaviors, whoever's doing it usually ends up getting cut. And I think of swords as about speaking our truths. And I'm Fiery Grace always says the two shall stand. Well, not always, but she says that a lot. I love her. And so it's just these people will run around, do whatever, but like the truth will reign. The truth shall reign. So if there's any part of you that's acting sneaky, quit it. Don't do that. You wouldn't want someone to do that to you. Also, just because someone may have done it to you does not mean that you should sink to their level. Nah. We don't do that here, okay? We're the Emperor. We have mastered our shadows. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Again, we spoke about this on the thrones of the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Okay? We don't get roped into these negative things. We alchemize the darkness. The darkness is our bitch. Plus, there's the darkness, you know, it serves its purpose. It's not all bad. Like, we are both dark and light. There's bad guys in the light, too. It's another theme I need to keep talking about, apparently. That's why we do duality. So, the Emperor also knows. I love this. I'm so glad this card came out. The Emperor looks like a king, right? But he also knows, I think this is also why there's the the horns on here, that devil energy with like the chains, like he also knows that he is kind of a slave to his kingdom. His actions have an effect on the world around him. So if he doesn't have his head in the game, if he's not acting right, if he's not making sure that the people around him are getting what they need, the people in his life, it's going to have a negative effect on his ability to enjoy his life. So, who are you going to let rebuild this kingdom? The same people that built it before? Are you happy with that? Or do you have a better vision? Do you have a more loving way? You know, and this is the divine masculine energy within us all. It's not just, well, just for the dudes. This is within us all. It's that healed masculine. It's not manipulative. It's not give me, give me, give me. It's not serve me, please me, do as I say. It's none of that. It's respect. It's it's a protector of liberties, freedom. It's the same thing. Justice, love. It's he's the protector of the empire, protector of the kingdom. So, go get him, Tiger. Go get him, and we need you. Can't wait to see what philanthropic endeavors or whatever you guys are cooking up in your lives, but I know that you will do wonders for our community. We all got to play our part, right? So, fog veiled. Okay, Miss of Avalon. Anyone read that? Okay, or seen the movie? But like, to me, I feel like there's so much magic that has been forgotten, that has been revealed, and at this time of year, the veil is very thin between the spirit world and this human experience. So you might be feeling more psychic or experiencing more synchronicities, or just feeling more insightful and inspired. And then also I'm going back to that headache thing, maybe doing some meditations, some sound healing to help whatever's going on. Maybe you just need to speak your truth on paper and then burn it up and let it go up into the clouds. And forgive yourself and forgive others. It's also another big theme going on. But, you know, a lot will be revealed to you. A lot. Especially as you move towards this new or developing direction. You know, and the light's shining through. Even if you can't see it, the sun is still shining above the clouds. It will come out again, right? So, with that, I love you so much, and if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and yeah, I will have another monthly reading for you in December. Thank you.